Hey everyone, and welcome back. In a previous video, we dove into the world of using AI locally and got Ollama up and running on our computer. We explored how to download different AI models, understood a bit about parameters like Llama 3's 8 billion versus 70 billion parameter versions, and even asked Ollama to answer a question directly in the terminal. While the terminal is powerful, let's be honest, it's not always the most intuitive way to interact with these large language models, especially for day-to-day tasks. Many of you asked about graphical user interfaces, or GUIs, that make running local AI easier. And there are quite a few great options out there. You've got tools like LM Studio, which is very popular and offers lots of control. AnythingLLM, which excels at building knowledge bases you can chat with, as well as Jan.ai, and several others aiming to simplify local AI. Each has its strengths. For this demonstration, though, we've chosen Misty, spelled M-S-T-Y. Why Misty today? Well, firstly, it's incredibly easy to set up and get started with, making it a perfect step up from the command line. Secondly, it's flexible. It can manage its own models or seamlessly detect and use the Ollama installation and models we already set up. That saves us a lot of duplicate effort. And finally, it packs some really neat features like built-in Retrieval-Augmented generation, or knowledge stacks, which we'll explore. Don't worry, we will be looking at LM Studio and AnythingLLM in an upcoming video, likely demonstrating it on both Mac and PC, maybe in separate videos. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like a dedicated video exploring any other local AI apps you're curious about. Your feedback really helps shape the content here. But for now, let's install Misty and see how easy it makes running powerful AI locally, right here on our own computer. Okay, first step, downloading Misty. Just head over to msty.ai in your web browser. Find the download button and choose the appropriate download option for your device. Once it's downloaded, installing is usually the standard Mac process. Open the downloaded DMG file and just drag the Misty application into your Applications folder. Simple as that. Now, let's launch it for the first time. You might get a security warning since you downloaded it from the internet. Just click Open. When Misty opens, it might offer a few setup options. If there are no previously installed LLMs on your computer, you can just click Set up Local AI. Since we already have Ollama on our computer, Misty is often smart enough to detect it. Let's see. And there we go. Misty has automatically detected the Ollama models we downloaded in the previous video, like Llama 3. This is fantastic. No need to re-download. We can just select one and start chatting. The key thing here is that, just like with the Ollama CLI, when we use these local models, all the processing happens on this Mac. I'm using a Silicon Mac, but what I demonstrate here is no different on a Windows PC. Your prompts, your data, it stays local and private. Let's ask it something. Explain the concept of Retrieval-Augmented generation, or shortly RAG in simple terms. Pretty quick, and the answer is generated right here. You have standard options like copying the response or regenerating it if you want a different take. In my experience, though, regenerating a response works only with the same model. At this time, I want to try changing the model to a stronger one. In this case, Llama 3.370B. So I'll copy and paste the original prompt one more time and have it answer using the higher LLM. RAG is a technique that improves language generation by combining two steps, blah blah blah, etc., etc. Then, I'll copy this answer and paste it in a blank text edit document. I want to mention that Misty also allows you to access a ready-made library of prompts to guide the LLM you've selected. For example, I can use an existing prompt to consult the AI as a dietitian to provide a suggestion for a vegetarian recipe. Impressive. Now, what if we wanted to explain a specific term such as this glycemic index? I highlight the term and right-click it, then select Delve. Watch what happens. A split pane is opened, and some kind of sub-branch of our chat appears. With this Delve mode, every response can become a gateway to new knowledge that can be acquired. You could also add your own prompts to the library. Now, Misty does allow you to connect to online services like OpenAI's ChatGPT or Anthropic's Claude if you have API keys. You can configure those here if you want access to those models through this interface, but remember, that would send your data externally. Today we're focusing purely on local and private AI. Misty shows the compatibility level of the featured models here with our computer. We could even get new ones here too. And now, let's explore one of Misty's standout features, knowledge stacks. Allowing the AI to learn from your documents. Let's create a new stack. For this, I'll click the third icon from the last on the left sidebar, which is Knowledge Stacks. When this is used for the first time, we're presented with a welcome screen which will lead us to a one-time setup. I click Use Local AI Model, which will trigger the download and setup of another ML model called MixedBread. MixedBread is the default model Misty uses for embedding documents. It can be replaced with another embedding model later. For now, we'll stick to the default. Since this is a 700 megabyte payload, the first-time download and configuration can take a while. So I'll fast forward again to the point where we can finally prepare for RAG on the Knowledge Stack screen. Click Add Knowledge Stack and give it a name, say, Public Domain Book Demo. Now, we need to add documents. In this demo, I will use a free book titled Hacking Secret Ciphers with Python, a beginner's guide to cryptography and computer programming with Python. This is a publicly available ebook with permissive copyright. It is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 3.0. You can use any PDF in your library, even if copyrighted, since this AI is running locally on your own computer. Adding a document is a two-step process. First, we upload one or more files, then click the Compose button for the system to embed it in the knowledge stack. The larger the files we upload, the longer it takes to process them, and Misty will process it, essentially making it searchable for the AI. Once that's done, we can tell Misty to use this knowledge stack. Now I will start a new chat. See this icon down here near the prompt input? This is where we can attach one or more knowledge stacks to the conversation. Now, let's ask a question specifically about the content of that document. Ask it to decrypt a string from the book, first without attaching the knowledge stack we just created. For this chat, I'm using a 7 billion parameter version of Qwen 2.5, which is well-versed in coding and decoding tasks like this, However, it ended up hallucinating and totally made it up for this round. So, this time I'll optimize the parameters of this chat by first clicking the model options icon and decreasing the temperature, which should reduce the randomness, whilst increasing the context window size. Also under advanced options, I will scroll down to GPU layers and increase it to 32. Unlike LM Studio, Misty does not seem to optimize the GPU usage by default. Therefore, we needed to adjust that parameter for every chat based on the model size we've been using. Now, I'll attach the knowledge stack, which contains the ebook, and ask it to decrypt the string again. It came up with another answer, yet not very different than the previous one, although it's referring to the book this time. Let's check it and compare it with the decrypted string in the book. Well, as it turns out, it got the answer correct this time. It consulted the document we provided to answer the question. This is incredibly powerful for querying your own notes, research papers, work documents, you name it, all privately on your machine. And this concludes our little RAG demo with Misty. Misty also helps you manage your conversations. If you expand the sidebar, you can see your chat history. Misty usually names them automatically based on the topic. You can rename them, and importantly, organize them into folders. Imagine having folders for work projects, creative writing, research papers. It keeps things tidy. Another neat feature is how Misty handles different responses. When you regenerate an answer, you don't lose the old one. See this? You can actually navigate back and forth between the different answers the AI generated for the same prompt. It's like exploring different conversational paths or variations without starting over. Finally, Misty does have more advanced settings if you want to fine-tune things. You can adjust parameters for the models, change interface themes, and importantly, manage how long models stay loaded in memory using settings like Keep Alive, useful for larger models that take time to load. We won't dive deep into these today, but know that the options are there if you want to explore. So there you have it, a quick look at installing and using Misty on a Mac. As you saw, it integrates beautifully with an existing Ollama setup, provides a clean interface for chatting locally and privately, and offers powerful features like knowledge stacks for querying your own documents. It's a fantastic GUI option for making local AI much more accessible. Remember, we'll be exploring LM Studio, and let me know in the comments which other local AI tools you're most interested in seeing demonstrated. If you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss future AI tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.